A storm is coming to Heartland, and this time, it's not just in the sky. Season 19's final episode is about to push every character to their breaking point. And the first look at episode 10 reveals moments that will change the ranch forever. The finale begins with a feeling that something is shifting at Heartland Ranch. The sun rises over the hills, but instead of calm, there's a heavy quiet in the air. Amy feels it first. She stands beside the troubled horse she has been working with all season, sensing that today will bring either a breakthrough or another heartbreak. Her eyes follow the horse's slow steps, and even from the first scene, you can feel that this moment will shape her future in ways she isn't ready for. Meanwhile, the ranch itself seems unsettled. Workers move quickly, almost nervously, as if they know something big is coming. The fences creak, the wind picks up dust, and the animals act restless. Small details hint that the finale won't be peaceful. Something unknown is building. Inside the house, Lou faces her own storm. Papers are spread across the table, a silent symbol of the pressure she's under. Her job, her family, her promises, everything is fighting for her attention. She looks out the window toward the barn, wishing for a simple answer, but knowing there isn't one. Whatever decision she makes in this episode will affect more than just her career. It will change the direction of her family. Jack, too, carries a weight that no one else can see. He moves around the ranch with familiar strength, but his eyes tell a different story. A memory from his past has come back, something he thought he buried long ago. The finale hints at secrets he has kept close, and now they are rising again, whether he's ready or not. As these three stories begin to unfold, the atmosphere tightens. Everyone can sense that Heartland is standing on the edge of something powerful. The first look makes it clear. Episode 10 will test bonds, reveal truths, and set the stage for a future no one expects. Something shifts the moment Amy steps into the round pen. The camera doesn't need to show her face. Her slow, steady movements say everything. The troubled horse circles her with nervous steps, ears flicking back and forth, unsure whether to trust or fear her. All season, this horse has mirrored Amy's inner battles, moments of doubt, moments of strength, moments where she stands alone trying to do what feels impossible. But today, the air feels different. The finale's first look shows Amy placing her hand on the horse's halter with a calm confidence. It's not just training anymore. It's connection. It's healing. It's her promise to herself that she will not give up, not on this horse, and not on the life she's rebuilding piece by piece. For a brief second, the horse leans into her touch, and you can almost feel the entire ranch let out a breath it didn't know it was holding. Yet even in this quiet victory, the tension doesn't disappear. A distant truck engine echoes across the fields. Amy turns, sensing trouble before it arrives. The horse stiffens, the moment broken, and the camera cuts to the road where dust rises behind an approaching vehicle. In Heartland, unexpected visitors rarely bring good news. Amy steps forward protectively, shielding the horse without thinking. Her heart beats faster, not from fear, but from instinct. She knows this finale won't just test her skills, it will test her courage. Whatever is coming down that road holds answers she wasn't prepared to face. As the truck slows, its shadow stretches across the ranch like a warning. The horse tosses its head. Amy steadies it, and the feeling becomes clear. This is the moment when everything begins to change. The first look hints that the person inside that truck may carry news tied to the horse, or to Amy's past. Either way, Amy is no longer just a trainer trying to help a scared animal. She is standing at the center of a storm that is only beginning to form. Inside the Heartland house, the silence feels heavier than any argument. Lou stands at the kitchen counter, her hands resting on a stack of papers she has read 100 times but still cannot accept. The light from the window falls across her like a spotlight, making her look as if she's standing on the edge of two different worlds. One world is the ranch, the family, the memories, the life she grew up fighting for. The other world is her future, filled with new responsibilities, new expectations, and choices that never seem to get easier. The finale's first look reveals a moment where Lou finally lets the weight show. She closes her eyes, and her breath trembles just slightly. It's not weakness, it's exhaustion. The kind of exhaustion that only comes when a person has been carrying too much for far too long. Outside, the ranch hums with worry. Tim paces near the barn, glancing toward the house as if he wants to walk in and fix everything but knows he can't. Moments like this remind everyone that even strong families have cracks. Heartland has survived loss, change, and heartbreak. But some challenges don't break loudly. They break quietly. Lou opens the letter, one that could decide her next step. But instead of reading it, she sets it aside. For the first time in the finale, she admits something silently to herself. She doesn't know what the right choice is. Her mind jumps to her daughters, to her promises, to everything she might lose if she chooses wrong. Then the camera cuts to a subtle but powerful detail. A family photo hanging on the wall. Lou glances at it, and in that tiny moment, everything inside her softens. She isn't fighting for a job. She isn't fighting for approval. She's fighting for the people in that picture. Still, the tension in the room won't let her rest. A knock on the door breaks the quiet. Lou hesitates, her hand frozen in midair. Whoever is on the other side isn't just bringing news, they're bringing a choice she can no longer avoid. The finale makes one thing clear. Lou's next decision will affect the entire ranch. Whether she's ready or not, the clouds gather slowly over Heartland, casting long shadows across the fields. And just like the sky, Jack carries a storm inside him, one he has tried to outrun for years. In the finale's first look, we see him alone in the barn, sitting on an old wooden stool, hands folded, staring at a small object he holds tightly. The camera never reveals exactly what it is, but whatever Jack is looking at pulls him into memories he hasn't faced in a long time. A quiet creak echoes through the barn. The horses shift uneasily, as if they can sense what's coming. Jack doesn't move. His shoulders stay square, but his eyes hold a sadness that hasn't touched a ranch in a while. The finale hints that someone from his past has returned, someone who carries a truth Jack hoped would stay buried. And now, that truth is standing just outside the barn door. When the footsteps appear in the doorway, the air goes still. Jack rises slowly, not with anger, but with the calm strength of a man preparing for a conversation he never wanted. The silhouette in the light speaks his name softly. It's a voice Jack recognizes immediately, even though years have passed. The moment is thick with unfinished stories, old mistakes, and forgiveness that never had the chance to happen. The camera doesn't show their faces. Instead, it shows their shadows stretching across the barn floor, two figures reconnecting after a lifetime of silence. Jack's tone is steady, but there's a tremble beneath it when he finally answers. This isn't just a reunion. It's a reckoning. Outside, the wind rises, pushing dust across the yard. The ranch feels unsettled, almost as if it's bracing itself for whatever words will be spoken inside the barn. Because the finale makes one thing clear, this meeting will change Jack, and through him, the entire Heartland family. Then, just as the scene reaches its tension peak, Amy steps into the doorway. She doesn't speak. She simply watches, sensing that this moment is bigger than she understands. The silence stretches, filled with secrets that are finally ready to step into the light. And that's when the storm breaks, lightning crackles across the sky, the wind howls, and Heartland stands on the edge of a truth that will shape the future of everyone living under its roof. The storm outside grows louder, but the real shock comes from what happens next inside the house. The finale's first look cuts to a dimly lit hallway, where soft footsteps echo against the wooden floor. The camera doesn't show a face, only the outline of someone carrying something wrapped in cloth. It's small, fragile looking, and the way they hold it tells us it matters more than we can guess. Lou turns toward the hallway, her heart jumping as if she already knows something is wrong. Amy steps inside seconds later, rain dripping from her jacket, her eyes fixed on Lou with a look that says everything without a single word. For the first time in the episode, the two sisters seem to share the same fear, the same question. What now? What is this moment leading to? Jack appears behind them, still shaken from his encounter in the barn. He stands silent, but his presence alone tightens the tension in the room. Heartland feels heavier, almost like the ranch itself is listening, waiting for the truth that's about to be revealed. The figure in the hallway steps forward, slowly unwrapping the cloth. You can almost hear the silence stretch across the room as the camera zooms in not on the person, but on the object they hold. And when the final fold of fabric falls away, the shock hits everyone at once. It's something connected to Heartland's past. Something that shouldn't exist. Something that forces every character to question what they thought they knew. Amy's breath catches. Lou covers her mouth. Jack takes a step forward, whispering a name he hasn't spoken in years. The finale first look never reveals the full backstory, only enough to make viewers feel the weight of the discovery. This twist isn't just surprising, it's deeply personal. Outside, lightning flashes, lighting up the ranch in a fierce white glow. The wind roars, rattling the windows as if the world itself is reacting to what has just been uncovered. The final shot of the scene shows the three of them standing together, Amy, Lou, and Jack, united by fear, by memory, and by a mystery that will carry into the next season. In that moment, Heartland isn't just a ranch. It's a place where the past never stays hidden, where every secret eventually comes home, and where the future can change with one unexpected discovery. And with this twist, Season 19's finale proves one thing: nothing at Heartland will ever be the same again. The storm begins to calm, but the tension inside Heartland only grows stronger. In the finale's final moments, the camera drifts slowly across the ranch, the fences glistening with rain, the fields dark and quiet, the barn lights glowing like small lanterns in the night. Heartland looks peaceful from the outside, but inside, the truth uncovered is still echoing through every corner of the home. Amy stands by the window, staring out at the wet ground as if searching for answers in the reflections of puddles. Her hand rests on the glass, and even without seeing her face, you can feel the weight pressing on her. She came into this finale hoping for healing for herself, for the horse, for the ranch. But now the twist has changed her path in a way she never expected. She breathes deeply, steadying herself, knowing that tomorrow she must face a reality she isn't prepared for. In the kitchen, Lou sits at the table, turning the mysterious object over in her hands. The house seems to shrink around her, each ticking second reminding her that some truths demand choices she doesn't want to make. She whispers something, maybe a promise, maybe a question, but the words fade into the quiet, leaving only her resolve to protect her family no matter what comes next. Then there is Jack. He stands alone on the porch, one hand gripping the railing, staring out into the soaked fields. The rain has stopped, but the clouds linger like memories he can't shake off. The silhouette of his figure tells a story of a man caught between past and present, between regret and hope. When he closes his eyes, the wind brushes past him gently, almost like a reminder that Heartland has carried him through storms before, and will again. As the scene builds toward silence, the finale's first look cuts to the ranch from above. A slow, wide shot shows Heartland resting beneath the fading storm, a place bruised but unbroken. A place filled with questions, fears, and secrets that now sit openly between the characters. The music softens, the lights dim, and just when it feels like the moment is ending, Amy steps outside and walks toward Jack. Lou follows. They stand together on the porch, three shadows sharing the same space, the same fear, the same unspoken promise. Whatever comes next, they will face it as a family. The screen fades before they speak, leaving viewers with one final, haunting thought: this is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of the next storm. The screen fades back in one last time, showing Heartland in the quiet early morning. The storm has passed, leaving behind a soft mist that hugs the ground like a blanket. The ranch looks almost untouched, but every viewer knows the truth: nothing inside the house is the same anymore. The finale leaves its mark not with loud action, but with deep emotion that lingers long after the rain stops. Amy steps into the yard, the troubled horse following her with calm steps. Something has changed in both of them. They're still unsure, still healing, but now they share a bond shaped by everything they survived. Amy rests her hand gently on the horse's neck, and for a moment, the world feels steady again. A small victory in a night filled with heavy truths. Lou appears at the doorway, holding the mysterious object close against her chest. The morning light touches her face, and even though worry still sits in her shoulders, there is a spark of bravery pushing through. She isn't someone caught between choices anymore. She's someone ready to face them, ready to protect her family from whatever this twist brings. Jack walks toward them slowly, his steps heavy but sure. His eyes carry the history of what was revealed, the return of the person he never expected to see again. And yet, there is strength in him too. The kind of strength that only grows after confronting the past he thought he had escaped. He nods once, and the family understands. The storm didn't break him, it rebuilt him. The camera pulls back as the three stand together in the soft morning light. There are still secrets waiting to be explained, still choices that could divide or unite them, still mysteries tied to the object that now rests in Lou's hands. But the finale ends not with answers, only with the promise that the journey is far from over. As the first look tease reaches its end, a single message hangs in the air. Heartland has survived another storm, but the next chapter begins now. The family is stronger, the stakes are higher, and the future of the ranch has never been more uncertain or more thrilling. The music rises one last time, the screen fades to black, and Season 19's finale leaves viewers breathless, waiting for the moment when Heartland's story continues.